Yo, it's your boy P. Camp, and LeBron James said something about Brittney Griner, saying that I don't even know if he would want to come home if he was her because she been there for 110 days. Listen real quick.
Brittney Griner, she is in Russia. She's been there over 110 days. Now, how can she feel like America has her back? I would be feeling like, do I even want to go back to America?
Yo, so as you can see, LeBron, I think you could have edited that one out. You could have left that one out because you only saying that because you good. You here. You on the shop. You talking. You sipping wine. You get to go home, squeeze your wife's booty, say what's up to your sons, high five, and you know what I'm saying. You got your sons and your family with you. You out on South Beach. You at summer league games. You having fun. She the one over in that cell. You know what I'm saying. And I know if it was you, you'll be like, please get me home. Oh, I ain't squeezed my wife's booty 110 days. Please get me to the crib. It's different when you the one in that cell. You know what I'm saying? Especially America. We love America. Come on, man. You know we love America. We love visiting other places. But as in this case, when you go other places and they got laws and stuff that ain't what it is here, you get a culture shock. You know what I'm saying? And you be ready to come back to the crib. But I'm just saying, I think that was kind of goofy and off key of him to just say that like that. Because I don't think you would really want to stay in Russia. If that's the case, why you ain't move to Russia? The thing that bugged me is that the coach of Brittney Griner team tried to throw LeBron into it about a week or two ago with saying if Brittney was LeBron, he'd be home by now. Well, yeah. Yes, because he's LeBron. I tried to think of another top athlete in WNBA that would be comparable to him, but you have none. So, yeah, if it was LeBron or Tom Brady, yeah, they would probably be back to the crib by now. But also, I don't think LeBron or Tom Brady probably would have did this, though. But barring that, I'm trying to think of somebody that would have been home. If it was Kamala Harris. She's as high up the rank in government that you could go in the United States. If she had done this very same thing, she'd be home by now. So it isn't I don't think it's a black person thing. I don't think it's a woman thing. I don't think it's an LGBTQ thing, even though they frown upon that in Russia. I think it's the situation that's going on right now with Russia, Ukraine, and the war, and then how Joe Biden tried to pump fake Russia like we was ready to go to war, but we wasn't. But you know what I'm saying? Putin wasn't blinking. It's a whole lot of situation in going around this war that now has made it to where it's not an easy phone call to go and just call them and be like, well, could we get her back? You know what I'm saying? It's because they're likely going to tell you like, nah, we going to do what we going to do. And she's facing 7 years right now. You know what I'm saying? But let's say it had been Serena Williams. Even not right now, like Serena a few years back at the height of her career. You know what I'm saying? Serena, I believe, will be home right now. And it's doable because other females have been caught in Russia doing the same thing with even more weed and have been let go for less. But like I say, right now, what makes it more difficult is the terms in which U.S. and Russia is on and all these allied countries and Ukraine and all. It makes it weird right now because you're on the cusp of a war that could get bigger and include more countries. It could include us, which I hope it doesn't, but it could very well go down. You know what I'm saying? And that makes that whole ask different. They were saying that it could be a possible trade of Brittney Griner for, it was a Russian arms dealer that got caught here. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, stuff like that. But you know, the difference is my man was here to get busy, though. He armed dealing. He came to get busy. So that's probably the U.S. probably trying to stand firm on that. I believe that Russia probably trying to stand firm on that because they know she came to smoke. Like she says she packed it by mistake, this, that, and other. We know you smoke, Brittney. You know what I'm saying? You smoke or the vape or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So you probably, if you're going over there to hoop for some months or whatever, however long you over there, you probably going over there to try to sneak and get down. You know what I'm saying? And you got caught. I wouldn't have, but I think I think she actually may have done it unintentionally though, because I couldn't imagine that she thought sneaking these vape pens over there through the airline would have been a good idea. I'm sure somebody in Russia vaping illegally that you could hook up with. But I don't know. Maybe she done snuck it before. Maybe she did actually be absent-minded and forget. But either way, there were 2 women that have been sitting home for way less. And I think she can be home by now because of this. But the whole war tendency, triculations makes it difficult. But Nama Issachar, she was 26 years old. She had 9 grams of weed. She was flying from India to Israeli. And just so happened Putin was going to meet the Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu. And for that reason, Putin pardoned the girl. And I think she had spent a year in prison for this. And then he pardoned her and everything was cool. It was another student, it was an NY film student traveling to St. Petersburg. She had a medical marijuana license, and her name was Audrey Lorbor. She had 19 grams of weed. Now, it was prescription, you know what I'm saying? So I think that may have held a little bit of weight, but either way, in Russia, prescription or illegal, neither one of them is legal. So she was able to spend a month in detention and received a fine of 15,000 rubles. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that translates to $230 U.S. money. Now it's about $254 U.S. money. And I was like, man, if they holding this girl 19 grams. Now, I don't know if the difference in the concentration, I don't know. I've been out the game for a long time, but the concentration of the weed may be heavier in those oils and stuff like that. So I don't know if that makes a difference of why Brittney Griner is facing 10 years, but I don't know how this chick with 19 grams of weed was able to get out in a month with $230 fine, but Brittney's facing 10 years. I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? But then again, Nama Issachar was facing 7 years. Just so happened she was pardoned. So maybe Joe need to come up with something to levy against Russia besides war that would help get Brittney home. But I think her pleading guilty is kind of nearing some type of trade possibility as far as them trading prisoners or something like that. Hopefully it will, because I think she should be home by now. Like, this isn't big, but yo, we got to realize when we go to other countries, man, it ain't what it is here. And even traveling to other states, there's a lot of states where you can, you know, I just figured this out in the video I did before about gun safety and having guns and this, that, and other. In certain states, you can't have no gun in, period. And it was years. This been a law that been on New York books for a century, and I had not known about it. So imagine had I went to New York and just had a gun, had been, you know, thinking nothing of it, crossing state lines and this, that, and the other, and just not knowing, oh, I can't carry here. You have to do some research about what you're doing. And even if you're driving to New York, you got to wonder all the states you're driving through. Can you carry your gun? What's the stipulations to that? And there's a lot of things we got to do as far as doing that research, as far as going to other countries. Can we have this? Can we have that? What type of law we going to break? Because we don't know. When we get over there, things are different. You don't want to get over there and be locked down forever on some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like a Trump, LeAngelo Ball out years ago from UCLA. And all it took was a call to China because there wasn't no beef between China at the time. But he was able to make that call and be like, oh, they were some knuckleheads. They stole some stuff. It ain't that big a deal. Could we possibly get them out? China was like, cool. Let them go. And ridiculously, LeVar Ball delivered a slap to the face of Trump by not even saying thank you. Basically, I was like, he ain't did me no favors. Like, yo, I don't like Trump either, but come on, bro. Get your son out of jail in China. You can't big up my man and say thank you. Like, that's worth a, hey, good look, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate you, but good look. I like you right now. He did the same for A$AP Rocky. Well, he tried to do the same for A$AP Rocky. I heard he levied some trade sanctions against Sweden, or threatened some trade sanctions against Sweden to help A$AP Rocky get home. Because when he asked about A$AP Rocky in Sweden, which was self-defense and this, that, and other, he shouldn't have been detained in the first place. They was like, no, you ain't got nothing to do with nothing over here, cuz, so go sit down. But you know, they say he levied some trade sanctions or threatened them, and they let ASAP come on home. But I don't know. But see, the thing was, it wasn't no war beef that was pending between the countries that was asked at the same time. So I'm not going to make it into nothing that it ain't. It was an easier task than it is now. But Sleepy Joe, you know Sleepy Joe, man. They're who we picked, but he has been a disappointment to say the least. But I still with the big Trump, though. I still ain't messing with you. Britney should be home, though. I don't know. We got to look into it, but she should be home by now. This your boy P Cam. Let me know what you think, what you don't think. Get at your boy.